I picked up tomatoes, cheese and milk and bread. I did try to get butter, but they only had the olive spread. But the other thing we needed, I somehow now forget, even though it was the one thing that I came out to get. It was arrogant to think that I need not write it down, and now I'm here in Sainsburys just wandering around, because if I call and ask you'll be annoyed with me. So I'm scanning all the shelves trying to jog my memory. Reliance on remembering really is to blame. I might have to head home without it. My faith in my abilities leaves me here in shame. I might get it right by guessing, but I highly doubt it. When I return, I know you'll understandably be pissed off by the fact I very easily could have made a shopping list. And I'll nod in wild agreement at the graveness of my crime, knowing in all likelihood I'll do the same thing next time. What ho, folks, Thomas Benjamin Wilde Esquire here. I do hope you're all doing very well. This is the 5th song in my Song a Week project, inspired by my various trips to the shops where I forget what I'd gone in for. It happens a lot in my house, where myself and my partner Sarah will decide we need something from the shop, our local Sainsburys, and I'll offer to go down there. And then we'll decide on various other things that we need. I won't write it down, and then I'll completely forget the original thing that I was going along for. I don't know if other people have a similar experience. I'm sure you do. Let me know in the comments if you do. Yes, that happens a lot in our house. I'm playing this on my Flight Soprano Ukulele. More information can be found about this in the description below. And just to remind you all that if you want to make suggestions for my Song a Week project for subjects that I might sing about, or write lyrics about and create songs for, then you can join my Patreon community for as little as £3 a month, and get various other exclusive content as well. So as well as making suggestions, you'll be able to see the cover videos that are no longer put on YouTube because of the copyright issues I've had, and also various other exclusive things like live streams, Zoom catch-ups, as well as all the new songs that are going to be featured on my brand new album, which will be coming out later this year. But most of the demo tracks for them are now available on Patreon, so get on there and check that out. So yes, just to remind you about that. Now, one of the things that I'm doing in these videos as well is answering questions from people on YouTube. And so the first one I have is from Gail Roberts 8759, who has asked, is there another way of tuning ukulele? So the answer to that, Gail, is yes. There's various ways of tuning the ukulele other than just the regular way. So the regular standard tuning is G, C, E, A. That is the one I use all the time. I don't ever change up from what I'm doing. And most of the tabs and kind of chord shapes that you'll find online will kind of be in reference to that particular tuning. But you can do things like tuning the lower G, tuning the. If you notice, the G string is higher, the top G is higher. So actually you can tune that so it's lower, so you get a bit more of a kind of a lower resonance sound on there. I can't pretend to be an expert about it, unfortunately, though, Gail. I will post some information for you below, links to kind of people that are experts, because I tend to stick to this kind of tuning. But you can also do D tuning, which is A, D, F sharp, B, which apparently used to be the most common tuning for a ukulele. But yeah, as I say, I'll post a link for you to be able to have a look at some of those. But thanks for that question. Mark Shepherd 8768, hi Mark, asks, have you ever got to a gig and thought it's too bloody hot to perform in a tweed suit and instead opted to take the stage in your costume from a Quiet Night In album? I've not quite worn that on stage, Mark. I have worn my all-in-one bathing suit at various gigs when it's been too hot. That tends to be my summer look. But yes, the album cover for A Quiet Night In, I am just wearing a vest and underwear and sock suspenders. I've not performed in that yet. I'm not ruling it out though. So maybe in the future, we'll see. And Mark, I will see you, I believe, in Tunbridge Wells in a couple of weeks' time. And so Michael Rich 4357 asked, does the Duke lean more to Formby uke sound or more to classic banjo sound, if that makes sense? It's a very good question, actually. So it's the references to the Duke banjolele, Duke 10 banjolele that I have played in previous videos. It's a tenor banjolele, so it's slightly lower, kind of slightly richer sound than the old Formby ones, which tended to be concert, I believe. But it's not really a banjo sound. It's not steel stringed. It's still got the kind of nylon strings on it. So there is a different sound from the banjo there. But yeah, I think it's a richer sound. If you have a look on the wall behind me, you can probably see my Barnes and Mullins banjo. That was the first one I ever owned. It's got a resonator on the back of it. So that's a concert. So that is similar to the ones that George Formby performed with, that you recognise from those videos. And that kind of just makes the sound resonate a little bit more. The Duke 10 doesn't have that on it, but it doesn't necessarily need it because you can connect it and plug that in. So I hope that answers your question there, Michael. And there we go. So various other comments on there. Keep them coming. Keep the questions coming in the comments, folks, because it makes these videos a little bit more lengthy and a bit more interesting. The other thing I need to just remind you all of the shows I've got coming up over the next few weeks. On Saturday, which is the 13th of April, I'll be in York at the Fulford Arms with my band, the Fancy Chaps. Then on Friday, the 26th of April, I'll be doing a solo show, but with various other people at the Water Rats in King's Cross in London. So I'll be performing with Tom Carradine, who you'll recognise from lots of my video, Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer, chap hop legend, and Gertcha, the Chaz and Dave tribute act. So that's going to be a really fun one. It'd be lovely to see you there in London. On Friday the 3rd of May, I'll be at Firebug in Leicester again with the Fancy Chaps. So band show there. And York and Leicester will also feature Madam Misfit, the marvellous Madam Misfit, who you'll recognise from various videos that we've done together as well. On Friday the 17th of May, I'm in Tunbridge Wells at the Green Duck Event Space and Bar. That's a solo show that I'll be doing there. And the following day, I'll be doing another solo show. That's Saturday the 18th of May at the Surrey Steampunk Convivial at the Station pub in Stoneleigh in Epsom. So it'll be blooming lovely to see you at any of those shows. One or more of them, in fact. Do come along. They're great fun. And I love playing live. But I think that's it from me for this week. So hopefully see you next week again. And in the meantime, stay safe and toodle pip.